Okay, let's put it all together and actually do full-blown item-based collaborative filtering where we can recommend movies for any user based on all the behavior of what everybody rated every movie. How amazing is that? What's really amazing is how simple pandas make it to do. So let's walk through it. Okay, so let's start off by importing the movie lens dataset. Again, we are using a dataset subset of it that just contains 100,000 ratings, and there are larger datasets you can get from grouplens.org up to millions of ratings if you are so inclined. Keep in mind though, when you start to deal with that really big data, you are gonna be pushing the limits in a single machine that pandas can handle. So I do have other course on techniques like Spark and MapReduce, that much larger scale recommendations. So if you are curious, go check those out in my website. But for now, let's work with this. So just like this, we are going to import the u.data file that contains all of the individuals rating for every user, what movie they rated, and then we are gonna with the movie title, so we don't have to numericals movie IDs here. Go ahead and do that, and when end up with this data frame, way to read this. For example, user ID rated Toy Story 4 stars and users ID 66 rated Toy Story 3 star, and this will contain every rating for every user for every movie. Again, just like before, we use the wonderful pivot table command in pandas to construct a new data frame based on that information. What the index, each row is the user ID, and the columns are made up of all the unique movies titles in my data set, and each cell contains a rating. So what we end up with this incredibly useful matrix, Sparks matrix, and that contains users for every row and movies for every column. So we have basically every user rating for every movie in this matrix. So user ID 1, for example, gave 101 Dalmatians 2 star. So and again, all these NaNs, not a number, is representing missing data. So that just indicates, for example, user ID 1 did not rate the movies 1 to 900. Okay, so again, very useful matrix to have. If we were doing user collaborative filtering, we could compute correlation between users, between each individual users of rating vector to find similar users. And since we are going to item based collaborative filtering, we are more interested in relationship between the columns. And so by doing a correlation score between any two columns, that will give us a correction score for a given movie pair. And so how do we do that? It turns out that pandas makes that incredibly easy to do as well in data frame. Data science, it has a built-in score function that will actually compute the correlation score for every column pair found in the entire matrix. It almost like they were thinking of us. So let's go ahead and run that. It's fairly computationally expensive thing to do, so it will take a moment to actually come back with a result, but there we have it. So what do we have here? We have here a new data frame where every movie is on the row, and in the columns, so we can look at the intersection of any two given movies and find their correlation score to each other based on this user rating data that we had up here originally. How cool is that? So for example, the movie 101 Dalmatians is perfectly correlated with itself, of course, because it has identical user rating vectors. But if you look at a 101 Dalmatians relationship to the movie 12 Angry Men is a much lower correlation score, because those movies are rather dissimilar. Makes sense, right? So I have the wonderful matrix now that will have similarity score of any two movies to each other. It's kind of amazing and very useful for what we are gonna be doing now. Just like before, we have to deal with spurious result. I don't want to be looking at relationships that are based on a small amount of behavior information. So it turns out that the pandas core functions actually has a few parameters you can give it. One is the actual correlation score method, and that you wanna use. So I'm gonna say use Pearson correlation, but it also has a minimum periods parameter you can give it, and that basically says I only want you to consider correlation scores that backed up by, at least in this example, 100 people that rated both movies, and that will get rid of the spurious relationships that are based on just a handful of people. Little bit different than what we did in the item similarities exercise, where we just threw out any movie that less than 100 people rating. We are going here is throwing out movie similarities where less than 100 people rated here, both of those movies. Okay, so you can see now that we have a lot of NaNs in the resulting matrix. In fact, even movies that are similar to themselves get thrown out. So for example, the movie 1 to 900 was presumably watched by fewer than 100 people, so it just gets tossed entirely. 101 Dalmatians and with a correlation score of 1, and there are actually no movies in this little sample of the data set that are different from each other, that had 100 people in common that watched. But there are enough movies that survived to get meaningful results. And what do we do with this data? Well, what we want to do is recommend movies for people, and so the way we do that, all of the ratings for a given person, find movies similar to the stuff that they rated, and those are candidates for recommendations to that persons. So let's start by creating a fake person to create a recommendation for. So I have actually added a fake user ID number 0 and to the movies lens data, that set that we are processing by hand, and that kind of represents who loved Star Wars and the Empire Strikes Back but hated movies Gone with the Wind. So this represents someone who really loves Star Wars but does not like old style romantic dramas. Okay, so I gave a 5-star rating to Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars, 1-star rating to Gone with the Wind. I am going to try to find recommendation for fictitious user. So how do I do that? Well, let's start to creating a series called SIM Candidates, SIM Candidates, and I am gonna throw every movie that I rated. So for I in range 0 to throw the number of rating that I have in my ratings, I'm going to add up similar movies to the ones that I rated. So I'm gonna take that core matrix data frame, that magically one that has all the movie similarities. I'm going to create a correlation matrix with my ratings and drop any missing values, and then I am going to scale that resulting correlation score by how well I rated that movie. So the idea here is I am going to go through all the similarities for the Empire Strikes Back, for example, and will scale those all by 5 because I really like the Empire Strikes Back. But when I go through and get the similarities Gone with the Wind, I am only going to scale because I did not like Gone with the Wind. So this will give more strength that are similar to movies that I liked, and less strength to movies that are similar to movies that I did not like. Okay, So I just go through and build up this list of similarity candidates, recommendation candidates if you will, sort the results and print them out. Let's see what we get. Hey, those don't look too bad, right? So obviously the Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars come out on top because I like those movies explicitly. I already watched them and rated them, but bubbling up to the top of the list is Return of the Jedi, which we will Raiders of the Lost Ark. So let's start to define these results a little bit more. We are seeing that we are getting duplicate values back if we have a movie that was similar to more than one movie that I rated. It will come back more than once in the results. So we want to combine those together. So if I do in fact have the same movie, Return of the Jedi, for example, which is similar to both Star Wars and the entire Empire Strikes Back, maybe that should get added up together into a combined more strong recommendation score. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We are gonna use the group by command again to group together all of the rows that are for same movie, and we will sum up their correlation scores and look at the results. Hey, this is looking really good. So Return of the Jedi comes out way on top as it should, with a score of 7, Raiders of the Lost Ark a close second at 5, and then we start to get Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and some more movies, Bridge on the River Kwai, The String. These are all movies I would actually enjoy watching. I actually do like old school Disney movies too, so this is not as crazy as it might seem. So the last thing we need to do is filter out the movies that I have already rated, because it does not make sense to recommend movies you have already seen. So I can drop any rows that happen to be in my original rating series and look at the top 10 results, and there we have it. And Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, all the top results for my fictitious user, and they all make sense. Seeing a few similar friendly films, Cinderella, Wizard of Oz, Dumbo, creeping in probably on the presence of Gone with the Wind in there. Even though it was weighted counted, it's still in there, it's still being counted, and there we have our results. So there you have it, pretty cool. We have actually generated results, recommendations for a given user, and we can do that for any user in our entire data frame. So go ahead and play with that if you want to. Next I wanna talk about how can you actually get your hands and play with these results, try to improve upon them, and alright.